Yay Media Group.
Welcome back to another The Podcast Bean Spill.
Anyways, guys, happy September. What the heck even happened to August? I feel like it went by in the flash of an eye. No, in the blink of an eye. And here we are, still in our beautiful studio, you know, nothing crazy. Still living life, living love, loving, laugh. Pumpkin is back. Fall is sipping in.
Football's back tomorrow.
On Friday?
Thursday.
So today?
Yeah. Oh, I guess, yeah, today. It's the first football game. Cowboys versus Eagles.
You guys, I remember like Noemi and I around this time were like, oh my God, here we go again. For another few months, we have to
Yeah, but we see each other more often because we're like, oh, we have to see the games.
That's true, you know? And guys, the kids are so much older now that it's like not that hectic, you know? Because they all walk, they all run, and they get along, which is nice. But anyways, what do we have going on, babe? Do you want to talk about your week or no?
Not really.
Why?
Just kidding. Guys, starting September, we are going to be officially, this is a Spill the Beans exclusive right here. Not even JJ's followers on Instagram know this, but starting September, so this Sunday, September 7th, is the first September. What am I trying to say? We are open Sundays now for JJ. So Thursday to Sunday. And there, officially, my life goes. Sundays used to be for all my family and for my kids. And I would like sleep in. And then Saturday will roll around. I'll be like, oh, I just have to tough out today. Nope. Now we are open Sundays because I want to take advantage of football season. What better food to eat than burgers and wings, right, during football? So we'll see. I think we're thinking about every other Sunday for now because obviously I still want to spend time with my kids and wife. And then Joe, Sundays are the only time he can see his girlfriend as well. So we also don't want to like overwork, not even physically, like mentally, to the point where we like get tired of it. So every other Sunday, I think.
Yeah, that's exciting. It's going to be the first Sunday. I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be on a trip. I'm actually on a gira artística right now, guys. So I'm just, you know.
Yeah. Catch Blanca J at your nearest town very soon. She's going all over the place.
Yeah, honestly, I think for the longest time I was like, how can I even fit trips on our schedule, right? But I'm like, no, we can make it happen on the weekend, you know, just escaparme for 2 days. And it's hard, but it's doable. But yeah, it's just so crazy, guys. Like owning a business like this, like a food truck, is insane because there's so much planning that goes behind it. You know, when we owned Vibin, and we're always like, oh, you have to like prep for future drops, blah, blah, blah. Well, for a food truck, we obviously know that here in Colorado, wintertime is rough for a lot of jobs, right? Especially like construction and like restaurants, because no one's really making a lot of money if you are a construction worker. So I remember like being in a household where my dad was a construction worker, we would always have to be like, okay, like it's going to be tight in December, you know? And I think that that's what it's like with the food truck too. It's like, we're obviously working to not be open in December because I don't think that we've gone through a winter like that, you know, with the business open like that. Right?
I feel like both you and I, like we're talking, but like our thoughts aren't there. You know, I think we just need to recollect ourselves. Okay. So what your long story short is you're saying that we're not going to be open December yet.
Yeah. We're over preparing for our first winter. It feels like a drought, you know, when there was like, prepare for the drought that's coming.
Yeah. But so we're taking advantage right now, opening Sundays. And I wish I would have opened Sundays, to be honest with you, all summer. That way I could have like more money. But yeah, December, we're going to take advantage and do Vlogmas. I think Vlogmas for a lot of YouTubers, it's like a lot of them might see it as like, oh, more money or more money, I guess. To be honest with you, me and Blanca, we see it as like, I don't know what kicks in. Like no matter how busy, or we had 2 kids last year, we made it pretty damn far last year.
Really?
More farther than when we were just 2 single parents. I mean, 2 single people.
2 people and no kids.
Yeah. Because I remember at Sherman, we tried Vlogmas, and I think we made it to like day 13 or some stupid thing. And when Franco, we made it to like day a little bit more, probably like 14 or 15. And then with Belen, we somehow made it to like 18, 19. 17, 18, 19, around there.
What? No, I think we made it the whole way.
No.
Oh, yeah. I think with Belen, had kids.
No.
Yes.
No. Let's check. We made it to Christmas, but I don't.
Yeah, I think that ever since we had kids, we started making it.
Yeah, but before that,
we had kids, we literally filmed an intro with the dogs, and we still didn't make it happen, which is crazy. But I think also when you don't have kids, like we didn't have much to do. You know, so it was like, okay, this is boring. Like we're just two dog parents. But whatever.
We had more time to edit.
And now we had more time to edit.
There we are editing at freaking 1 a.m. every single day.
That's crazy.
But anyways, the food truck will be closed for December because we're planning on going to Mexico, both Durango and Cancun. Sheesh, did I just leak it?
No.
Fuck it, that's old news. Influencers hiding shit like that. We're going to Cancun in December.
I just leaked it.
And
I'm so excited, guys. So prep for those vlogs coming. I feel like since we haven't traveled much this year, I mean, I think we have traveled, right?
We traveled a lot.
Yeah, we have traveled a lot. But it's gonna be so nice to travel with two toddlers. Like I just keep thinking of Belen at that age, and I feel like after 18 months.
In what world is it gonna be nice traveling with two kids?
Well, I just think because Belen's gonna be more independent, you know.
And she's a crackhead.
Why are you lying on my girl like that?
Oh, no.
But I think that the workload is easier when the kids are independent because Belen will be walking and, you know, she follows Franco everywhere. And Franco's very like, I feel like he's type A. He's organized and he's always with a plan and you have to stick to a routine and a schedule. So I think it's going to be a lot easier to travel with them. No?
It's going to be way hard.
Guys, here we go. What did I call you?
Negative Nancy?
Negative Nancy. No,
oh, I don't know why it makes me laugh. Like I remember what you said and how it made me feel, but I don't remember the name. Like I just laughed. Like it was actually funny.
She's the Devil's Advocate CEO. But what was it called? It's like a funny thing that the kids are saying now. But anyways, guys,
let's get right into it. I think that some girl said the other day, I mean, she commented like, am I the asshole for wanting these to be shorter? And it's true, guys. We get so many DMs, so many like things when we have you guys participate and we ramble on, right? It's a podcast. You're supposed to ramble, but we only end up reading like 4 out of the 200 inquiries we get or whatever. So it's like, I think we're just going to have to like really hold ourselves to like the T or whatever and just like bust them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I think that makes it like someone said that that would probably make it a little more fun because you want to say more, but you have to like shut up, you know?
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, I remembered what it was. I said you're Devil's Advocate's final boss. Jonathan has a lot of nicknames. It's Devil's Advocate's final boss, Negative Nancy, and Debbie Downer. That's so crazy, huh, babe?
All to say that it's just unrealistic.
No, you're not realistic.
Babe, we don't even want to take Belen to Culver's because she's so crazy.
Culver's?
Like, you know what I mean? Like eating out. It's because
she's easy to go. No. I don't know what you're talking about.
But at the airport, bro. Nah, she is chill. Look, guys, I'm exaggerating. Like, obviously, you guys seen my Instagram stories. I take them out to eat breakfast by myself, all that. Like, she's a super chill girly. But if she's hangry, if she's sleepy, like, Franco at least could hold it better, I think. Like, hold it together.
Franco's amazing in situations
okay,
like that.
That's what I'm saying. Jeez.
Oh.
I'm just saying Belen is, like, more, like, her fuse is, like...
I'm just saying that Jonathan is literally, like... And this is how a lot of people are. Well, I guess I haven't really met a lot of people that are like this. But Jonathan prepares for the worst. And hopefully it's better than what he prepares for.
Yeah,
like he literally prepares
good
for a worst case scenario. But that is a coping mechanism, babe.
No, because if it goes bad, I'm like, oh, well, this is what I expected. If it goes good, better, even a little bit, I'm happy because, oh, shit, like.
But you're already stressing about things that haven't even happened yet.
Yeah,
like we're on the way to the airport. He's like, oh, fuck. Like security's gonna be so hard, and I'm gonna have to carry Belen, and she's gonna cry, and then I'm gonna have to put all the carry-ons. Like that's literally his brain. Well, my brain is like,
well, if we could actually like get there on time, and I could like be peaceful. Like
we always get there on time.
Well, rushing, but like I'm talking like
babe. How many times have Noemi and I
the last time didn't I have to freaking let you get off and run?
We're going through security and you guys are acting like we're literally gonna be late to the gate, and we get to the gate with an hour left. I'm like, boy, they just stress for no reason.
Okay, guys, whatever.
Anyways,
we're gonna jump back into it. For this week's podcast, please submit or DM things that have happened to you but you can't explain.
Dun, dun, dun.
A lot of you guys, I'm realizing, are more scaredy cats than I thought. Like, we get a lot of people that like genuinely skip these episodes.
Yeah.
But guess what? We're not gonna stop, guys, because
but that's why we like making
happy.
them, because they go live at 6 a.m. So like,
that's scary.
Well, when you're on your way to work, you're like, whatever, I'm gonna get to work and forget about this.
Sunrise.
What time is sunrise? 6:30.
Well, when the time changes in December and October. No?
Oh no. This show is brought to you by BetterHelp.
You know what, babe? Sometimes when we need support, we turn to some funny places, but not every place is the one. But with BetterHelp, you can find the one.
We've all done it before, like turning to our hairdresser, our barista, our coworkers, or even just a random stranger for advice on our life.
As fun as it might sound to be talking to your best friend or your coworker or someone out in public about your issues, talking about depression, anxiety, relationships, and other clinical issues, they might not have the right answers.
Instead, get guidance from a credentialed therapist online on BetterHelp.
BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. A short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences, and their 10 plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means they typically get it right the first time.
If you aren't happy with your match, switch to a different therapist at any time with their tailored recs. And it's completely online, and you can pause your subscription whenever you need to and switch therapists anytime at no extra cost.
With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the largest therapy online platform serving over 5 million people worldwide.
It's convenient too. You can join a session with a therapist at a click of a button. This all helps you fit therapy into your busy life.
As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise.
Find the one with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/spillthebeans.
That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/spillthebeans. Okay, starting off strong with, I have a ghost child attached to me since I was 5. Still haunts me.
The heck?
Girl, prove it. Send me a picture.
Babe, you're on one today. Did you know that or no?
Wait, I lost it. Oh, man.
Hi, guys. Something that happened to me and I don't talk about is that last time that I went to Mexico, me secuestraron a mí y a mi familia por 6 horas. Y a mi papá se lo llevaron y lo entregaron al siguiente día. And my dad says that when they let him go, they told him that it was a chequeo de rutina. So effing crazy. And all this happened 3 weeks before my sister's wedding. And like every Mexican family, that show must continue. Ha ha ha. Like nothing happened and all these things happened in Nuevo León.
That is so crazy.
I cannot imagine.
6 days?
Yeah. No, 6 horas.
Oh, 6 horas.
Mm-hmm. No, so secuestraron a 6 horas a la familia y al papá se lo llevaron y lo entregaron hasta el siguiente día.
Oh. I would be so scared. I would literally think I'm about to die.
For real.
Woke up and tried the password I saw in my dream, and it worked. And he indeed was cheating.
Oh my!
I couldn't explain to him how I found out, so I made up a huge lie.
That is insane. You know what that happened to me? Remember?
When?
The other day I told you that I woke up one day and I was like, Belen can count till 10 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys, I cannot explain this, but like, I kind of can because it's obvious how things work out, right? But obviously, I'm always counting to the kids. I'm always counting all out. Oh, no, let's just go to like all the time. And Franco obviously knows how to count. And so I've never sat Belen down and been like, okay, let's learn how to count. Repeat after me. 1, 2, 3. So it's just always been that she hears me count out loud. So one day I'm like asleep and I have this crazy dream that I'm recording Belen because she's counting from 1 to 10. And mind you, she's 16 months old, right?
Yeah.
And so
mind you, we don't we don't. Never mind. Keep going.
Well, like I said, like we don't sit her down and be like,
Yeah.
okay, vamos a contar.
Second child.
Uno, dos.
Second
Yeah,
child
like
vibes.
it's, you know how people are, or pediatricians always tell you like read, even when they're babies, because se les queda, like that's how they learn how to talk. So that's what I think happened here, because I remember my dream. I was like, oh my God, this girl can count to 10. She's so young. So in the morning I wake up and I'm having breakfast with my mom and she's holding Belen across from me and I'm like, Belen, vamos a contar. And then I'm like, uno, and she starts, dos, and I'm like, tres, and she says, cuatro, and I literally, I'm like, this is not happening in front of my eyes.
Yeah.
So she counts till 10, and then I take out my phone and I record it, and there she goes again, count till 10. And I was like, it's unexplainable, but explainable, right? Because I'm always counting to them. I always count out loud when I'm showering them. I'm like, okay, no
But to 10 is crazy.
I know.
For not even being a year and a half.
Exactly. So yeah, like that's unexplainable. And it's like the other thing I saw on TikTok the other day. It's like when you're looking for something and your brain gives you a clue. Have you seen that? And it's just like a really like fast like clip of where you last put it.
Oh.
And you're like, oh yeah. So you go and find it. Like your brain is crazy, you know?
Mm-hmm. That is crazy. Yeah, Belén is like, ella es la definition of like, me voy a hacer hasta que, so like, I'm gonna act like I'm not smart, so they don't expect a lot from me.
Yeah.
But then she pops off like doing stuff like that, or like knowing whole songs already. She knows Please Please. She surprised me that she was singing the other one with you, Deja Vu.
She
I
loves.
was like, what?
She's a Sabrina Carpenter and an Olivia Rodrigo fan.
She's literally me va a sacar canas verdes. This is a weird one, but one time my husband and I were driving and we almost crashed. It was just late and I think we were both falling asleep. So I got so scared and asked him to pull over so I could take over from there. And when I get off the car, there's a semi behind us and I asked, am I going around to the other side? There's a guy there giving us a State Farm pamphlet. Keep in mind, this was like midnight. I always tell others that if it was like an angel that saved us or something, because how did the semi pull over so fast behind us and this pamphlet was never found again inside my car when I remember grabbing it from him? I swear it was like Diosito taking care of us, at least. That's what I want to think.
Damn.
No te entendí. Just kidding. I get what you're saying, but like that is crazy, guys. Like angels, I don't know, guys. Like, here we go, ranting off. But Blanca and I are going through a spiritual journey. Not spiritual. Is that what it's called? Spiritual makes it sound like you're doing drugs warfare and stuff. Yeah, we're just going on our like on a religious journey right now. We're just trying to find. We know God. We're just trying to find the right path to find Him through,
or to get closer to Him.
No, to love Him through, or to, what is that called? Like, to practice. Like, we know He's there.
To
we
worship
just need
Him?
to find like, which road do you want me to take, God? You know?
Yeah.
Like that. So all this like angel talking stuff, it's like, it hits home right now because I've been struggling.
A few months ago, my boyfriend and I were camping. It was around 4:30 a.m. when I woke up, my boyfriend, because I had to use the restroom. Once we got to the restroom, I asked my boyfriend if he was going to stay out there or come in. He decided to come in because we were scared. I finished using the restroom and he went right after me. Right as he was peeing, we heard footsteps walking towards the restroom door. But these footsteps were loud and sounded like the footsteps you hear in movies when serial killers wear those big boots. The person walked up to the door and shook the handle to try and open it. We got pretty spooked once we heard the steps, so my boyfriend rushed to finish and wash his hands. It had only been 15 seconds from when the person tried opening the door to when we opened the door to leave. But once we opened the door, there wasn't anyone outside. We looked around all corners and there was no one in sight. Our sight wasn't too far from the restroom, so we were able to hear when someone walked into the restroom since the door slammed, but we never heard anyone go in after us. To this day, we don't know who it was or what it was, but it definitely left us very scared. Going to the restroom at 4:30 in the morning is crazy. That's actually
what if
crazy.
it's like those times you really have to pee, you know? You can't go back to sleep unless you pee.
That's true.
When my grandma passed, I dreamed with her within 3 days of her passing. She passed in Mexico. When the whole family was staying at her house, we were all in one room and we saw how the door slammed closed. Then I felt someone pull my hair, and my mom till this day says she never pulled my hair. I truly believe it was my grandma making it know that she was still with us.
Oh, by pulling your hair.
Oh, hell no,
That's too
girl.
scary. Hi guys, my story is kind of freaky. When I was younger, around 15 years old, my older brother would always tell me that he would see a dark figure at the end of the hallway in the middle of the night. I never believed him because I thought he was crazy. One day I woke up in the middle of the night to go to the restroom, and at the end of the hallway was the bathroom. When I came out of the room, I saw a tall black figure by the bathroom door, and it was facing me. I stood there shook and didn't know what to do, and it felt like we were staring at each other even if I couldn't see their face. I turned the light on and boom, suddenly it was gone. I was scared to even go to the restroom after that, and it was never explained. That is one of my biggest fears, is like seeing someone at the end of the hallway that I have to walk to. I'm like, oh no, baby, I'm gonna skedaddle, turn around and run the other way.
I feel like I've had a lot of those moments where I think I saw something, and if I wouldn't have gone back to really look at it, or si fuera más, you know, platicadorcillo, I would have been like, vi algo, you know? But like that one time, like, should I tell them about the commissary kitchen?
Yeah.
Guys, we were at the commissary and late at night, right? Was it the time I was by myself, right?
You were inside and Joe was outside.
Oh, yeah. Joe was outside, or was it when he got sick?
Yeah, it was when he got sick and you had to wash the dishes.
Yeah, and I had to wash the dishes by myself at midnight. And the commissary kitchen is like home base where food trucks go and wash all their dishes and prep their food, right? And it's attached to this church. So obviously being attached to a church late at night, you always get this like weird vibe, like, oh shit, like whatever. So one night, guys, I'm washing the dishes, right? And I turn around and I like, mind you, I'm always looking around the place and nothing like stands out que digamos like, oh, whatever. All of a sudden, like 30 minutes into washing the dishes, Chai feels something. Sit. I turn around and I see, guys, this like black figure, like at the end of this hallway, like this, like sticking out from the wall. And I'm like, holy fuck, like that was not there, because mind you, I was paranoid already. And I had already looked around the whole kitchen to make sure like nothing was like staring at me or someone was coming in. So when I saw that black figure like staring and looking at me through the wall, I was like, oh shit, like that wasn't there. Like someone's looking at me, but it was so far away. And my eyesight is terrible now, guys. So anything far away like just looks blurry. So to me, it just looked like a blurry person standing, like when someone's peeking behind like something like that. So then I'm like, well, fuck, like I need to go see what it is. So I grabbed like the hardest thing next to me, which was like our freaking the scraper that scrapes like the grill. I don't know how to explain it. That was like the hardest thing I had. So I start walking. Was that what I told you I had, or what else?
Yeah, I think so.
So I start walking towards this. And Blanca, when I'm telling her the story, she's like, you walk towards it? I was like, yeah, like I wasn't even done with the dishes yet. Like, what am I going to do? Like have this thing stare at me or just keep or leave? Like there's still a lot of dishes to do. I was like, I need to investigate what this is. Like, and you guys know me, how I always say like I don't believe in ghosts and stuff like that. So I was like, this is my time to shine. Like for me, in my head, I was always thinking like it's a crackhead, because around there's a lot of homeless. I'm like, he got in and he's just staring at me. He's probably on drugs and shit. So that's why I start going with this like metal scraper at him. And then I get, guys, closer and closer and closer, to the point where like I literally, probably because of my glasses, I had to be like 10 feet in front of it. And I noticed that it was an apron que se había movido like perfectly. Like cuando cuelgas un mantel, like an apron, un mandil, and les tiras, haz de cuenta, one corner. So you pull it and it makes it look like someone's wearing it, if it kind of makes sense. That's how it was hanging, kind of pulled out. So I was like, okay, I get it. It was an apron. I was, seeing things, but that apron wasn't like that before. Like,
Yeah.
So that's what made me feel kind of weird and at ease. I finished the dishes and I headed home, and I was like, never again doing the dishes by myself at that commissary at night, because heck no.
The first year I went to Mexico, I stayed in the house my grandpa used to live in. He passed away in a car accident years ago, and my grandma showed me the clothes he had on the day they found him. That night, I saw him in front of my bed calling my name. It was scary yet comforting. I hid under the blankets and tried to sleep. Oh no, honey. That is like another one. I have a lot of fears, but another one of my fears is seeing people after they pass away. It's like, are you actually here, or is this someone else?
Hi, Blanca and Jonathan. I can't explain the feeling I had when I met my husband. I met him when I was 12 years old, and I saw him at church for the first time. And I just had this feeling that we were meant to be, that I can't explain no matter how I try to phrase it. Fast forward to 2025, 13 years later, and we are 5 years married and have a beautiful 9-month-old. He is the love of my life, and I knew when I saw him. This happened to me, and I can't explain how blessed I am. Thank you for reading my story. Shout out at the _SAS, SAS _fam11. She shouted her TikTok to grow. We love you guys, and thank you so much. The SAS family.
Better go follow them right now. Hi guys, love you all, and your podcast has helped distract myself during rough nursing school moments. Period, queen. Anyways, a while ago when I was home showering, I was alone. Normally, I close the door all the way. I got a text message and I peeked my head out of the shower. I answered back to it, and as I did, I just so happened to peek at my door. It was cracked open. 10 minutes later, as I open the shower curtain, the first thing I do is look at the door. It was shut completely and locked. Again, no one was home besides me. I had lots of creepy things happen to me in our house. We got the house blessed all over again, and things stopped happening. That's the thing about doors. I always hear doors closing and opening in my house, but I'm always like, ¿son los nervios o no? And that is too scary. I hate when things happen while you're showering because you can't do much. You're vulnerable. You're naked.
When I was little, I would see dead people. I used to think they were imaginary friends. However, it became too real when I was in preschool. My mom says my teachers called her scared, saying that I kept saying there was a little boy in the girls' restroom that needed help, and they would go and no one was in there. Oh, that's scary. Do you still see dead people?
Oh, no, please.
Like that show? What's that show?
I see dead people.
I see dead people.
I don't know about it other than my mom telling me the story. So we used to live in Mexico, and my parents had bought a house. The house was being haunted by this man who had been killed right next to our house or outside of our house. I really don't know exactly, but my mom told me that when she would put me to sleep, she would always put me on the side of the wall and she would be in la orilla. And then she said that at night, And then she said that at night she would wake up to me crying and she would find me on the floor by the window. So basically she said that the man was haunting our house and wanted to take me with him. So they had to go bless our house. Until this day, we have our house. That's crazy. It's like when Franco would fall off the bed at Firestone, remember? Yeah. We're like, how did you get over there? Like, you literally had to jump through both of our bodies. That makes no sense. This podcast is sponsored by Nurture Life.
Babe, wouldn't you say that life as a parent is nonstop?
Yes, we are always on the go, especially around mealtime. We have no time to just sit down and prep something, especially because the kids are always running around and they get hangry really fast.
And that's why we're really excited about our next partner, Nurture Life. They've made serving healthy meals way easier and more enjoyable for our kids.
We don't have to plan or prep anything, and meals are ready in 1 minute. And the best part is that everyone's actually happy with what's on the table.
Nurture Life is a meal delivery service that makes delicious snacks and meals that your kids will actually enjoy, while giving us parents the support we need to.
Nurture Life's whole menu is perfect for kids from 10 months old up to 10 years old. Their fresh meals and snacks are delicious, nutritious, and fully cooked. That means that they are ready to serve in just 1 minute.
Nurture Life also lets kids enjoy a healthy, nutritionally balanced diet while still eating all their favorites like mac and cheese, spaghetti and meatballs, and much more. So parents can be sure that there's always a healthy meal that their little ones will love. That's why Nurture Life is the top meal delivery service for babies and kids and is even allergy friendly too.
The most recent meal that we actually made for the kids and for us was a chicken and mac and cheese, which is amazing because we all got our protein and the kids love mac and cheese, so we all enjoyed it.
My personal favorite that I don't even give the kids anymore, I just eat it myself, are the French toast sticks. Those are so bussin'. So how does Nurture Life work? It's simple. Choose from more than 50 variety of nutritious, balanced meals on their menu, from finger foods for babies and toddlers to kids meals for older kids. Then Nurture Life does the cooking for you, and the fresh meals are delivered straight to your door in refrigerated packaging.
Using Nurture Life takes so much stress and anxiety out of feeding our kids. We don't have to scramble to make healthy meals for them and worry about if they'll even like them anymore.
So head to nurturelife.com/spillthebeans55 and use code spillthebeans55 for 55% off your first order plus free shipping. That's right, 55% off plus free shipping.
Once again, that's nurturelife.com/spillthebeans55 and make sure you use our promo code spillthebeans55.
Even if you aren't a parent with young kids, you might have parent friends who struggle with mealtime. Make sure to share a code so our show gets the credit.
Remember, put your little ones first with healthy meals from Nurture Life. One day I was home alone with my two sisters. We were watching TV in the living room. The stairs to go up were right in front of the living room. We heard a door close upstairs and we thought it was my brother. We called out his name and nothing. We called him and he said he was at work. So my sisters and I decided to go check. On our way up the stairs, we heard my mom's room door slam. We ran out the house and waited till she got home. Nothing was there. The next day my youngest sister had a dream. In her dream she saw when my mom got home and went to check her room. As she was opening her door, a lady in all black went to hide under my mom's bed. My sister dreamt that the next day. Months later we found out that the house was actually haunted.
Oh hell no.
Baby, no.
That shit is scary.
Do you know that's why I don't have beds with that have room under the bed?
Why?
Because I'm terrified of, like, I've always been scared of something being under the bed.
Really?
Yep.
That is so scary, babe.
Always, because of all the scary movies I watch. Like, they're usually pulling you from under the bed.
Lady, that shit scares me so bad. Ladies scare me.
Lady. Sorry, that is really
but
scary. But
that's like true. Like the dream, like it could have been real. Like there was a real lady.
Exactly. You just saw what happened when everything was going down, and that is crazy.
Was it brujeria? Years ago, my family and I used to live in a trailer, and I remember one day my little sister, who was 4 to 5 at that time, was in the kitchen, and she ended up cutting her palm with a knife. I was in the sala with my mom, and I remember hearing my little sister drop the knife and ran over to my mom, and she was crying. She cut herself. I ran to her, and I looked at the palm and noticed she was bleeding. The bleeding wasn't horrible. It was just more like a giant paper cut. Anyways, I remember telling her, "Ven, yo te ayudo," and I told her I would show her a magic trick. I took her to our room and put this lotion that came in a blue bottle with a penguin, and I rubbed it on her hand and covered her hand with a pillow. And me just playing around and using my imagination, I was like 7, told her it would magically disappear. When I lifted the pillow, there was no blood on her hand or the pillow. For years, I thought I had dreamt it until one day my sister had brought it up to me. And it was then when I realized we both had experienced the same thing. Till this day, we both can't explain it. P.S. I love your content.
Oh my gosh. I don't like
Eres
things
una
that we
bruja.
can't explain. When I first got into Supernatural, I would binge scary podcasts at work. Not long after, weird things started happening. Dark barking like crazy, screams in the distance, knocks on the door with no one there, and strange noises only I seemed to hear. The creepiest moment was when the whiteboard fell off the wall right after I put it back up. Like something wanted me to know it was there. Let's just say I stopped watching scary podcasts after that. That's what they say when you consume scary movies. Like you're just opening, or scary things, supernatural things. You start opening the doors of your home and your soul to come get hunted.
Yeah, because
it's like you're inviting them in.
This guy on the podcast was saying, like, you don't know that what you're watching could potentially actually be something real. Like, let me explain. In the movie, let's just say The Witch or whatever, and you're watching them do this ritual, and like the woman is being sacrificed and the devil and the sheep guy and whatever, and we're like, oh my God, like that's crazy. Like you think it's like a crew and stuff, but what if that's an actual ceremony that's going on? So let's just say there was like because there's obviously the Church of Satan, right? And I'm sure they have ceremonies. Let's say you know how you can broadcast like mass on your TV and it's like live? What if you could broadcast like an actual satanic church mass? You wouldn't want to watch that in your house, right? Like you wouldn't. Like that's weird. So it's like, what if these movies, like they're actually like the real thing is going on? Like all these upside down crosses, all these exorcisms. Like I was seeing this thing that like the producer, it's like, why don't you actually show how real exorcisms are? And the producer was like, because no one would watch them. They're way too scary. And it's like, what if the noises that you think the actress is making, the exorcist actress is making, are the real noises dubbed from a real exorcism? You know what I mean? Like,
isn't that known to happen though?
Yeah,
like
they have to
put the real one.
Yeah, they have to get like real inspiration from this shit. Like, I don't know. Like scary movies for me, it's always like it's not the person's imagination. Like they get inspiration from something and from seeing things, and like that's just weird, bro.
That's why we don't watch scary movies at the house. No más en el cine.
Yeah, y lo te lo traes.
Cancelado. They cannot come in my home.
When I was 3 months pregnant, I woke up at 1 a.m. and heard a bruja laughing so loud next to my window. It occurred several times, and it would specifically be at night, Friday night. Shortly after my daughter was born, I stayed over at my parents' house a couple weeks about I gave birth, and the same thing would happen there, and my mom caught something big and black looking into the room from the outside.
Oh my God.
Oh, hell no. I'm taking my Glock and I'm spraying it. I don't care if it's like someone looking into the window. Like,
not a Glock.
Fuck that.
When we were in Mexico, my grandma estaba on her deathbed. I got a vision of someone tapping the bed saying, ya es tiempo. And it looked like my tia that had passed away years ago, my grandma's best friend. I immediately ran with my mom to the room where my grandma's best friend was resting, and in that second, she took her final breath. Still to this day, I have no idea how everyone got the message of her leaving, especially since my family says que ella no quería morir solita. That's so sweet and sad and scary. Have you ever thought, like, why me? Like, why do I get that vision? Why do I have to see that?
Isn't it crazy that, like you said, like before you lived with me, or before even I was like I lived with you, you would see, not see, but you would hear stuff, your family, and then you moved in with me, ya no. And I truly think it's because I'm not scared of that.
Well, I think it's because you're not scared of that, and because it, like, we would just never consume any scary stuff at the house, you know? Because my dad was always watching scary movies. Like, we'd always be watching scary movies at the house, and yeah.
I just think if you have a house full of believers and not scaredy cats, but like people that, like your mom, like she would believe that.
Yeah.
So it's like, let's say you hear a knock and you have a room full of believers and scaredy cats. Oh my God, ¿sí escuchaste eso? Sí, mamá, sí escuché. Ay, no ha de ser un duende. You know what I mean? Uh-huh. But then you put me into the picture. I was like, no, de seguro fue, pues hay un nido, ahí está el pájaro, pues el nido ahí está.
Put you into the picture, sorry.
I'm just saying, like, what a coincidence that I go into your family, all this scary stuff stops. Because you tell me that at Cumberland, not at Cumberland, the Francis, like, you would hear knocks. Or the trailas, you would hear knocks on your window and stuff like that. And it's like, but ever since, like, why didn't that paranormal stuff keep happening with me in the picture?
And what does it happen now?
Yeah, but nothing's
happening at Sherman, Firestone.
But okay, the vibes, but actual knocking or hearing or seeing, we never experienced. We feel bad vibes from certain rooms, but that could also be paranoia.
Makes sense.
Just a thank you would be appreciated for saving you.
Thank you.
For saving your whole family. No, but it's true. Your dad and everyone used to watch scary movies every night, bro.
July 16th, 2019, I was on my way home from school. I arrived at home approximately at 8 p.m. My father was cutting and cleaning his meat from hunting to put it in the fridge. My mom had gone to Mexico, and it was only me and my two little 12-year-old cousins and my padrino in the kitchen. We had gone to the store for chips and started watching Historias de la Ultratumba on my phone on YouTube, and I have an iMac, and it turned on all of a sudden. Keep in mind, we shut down the iMac every time we use it. We all stare at the iMac being turned on by no one. Is that from Telemundo? Historias de la Ultratumba.
Yeah.
Because so it's like Infarto. I remember that one. That one was scary too. Thanks for that.
Guys,
also.
one time I went to Cali with my cousin, and he had a bunch of like little friends his age. So I remember I was probably like 8 or 9, and him and his friends were, how much older is he than me? Like 5 years. So point is, like, it was just as the cuenta, like a 5th grader with a bunch of like maybe freshmen, and one of the kids were in his room, and then he's like, they got like those old desktop. It's like when the internet was barely like popping off and stuff, and then they put like something scary like on the screen, and like we click it, and like, well, it's a scary video, so we click it. I think we were in the dark web. Something about like being on the dark web. I remember.
Crazy little boys.
And because Cali kids, guys, hell no. Like, there's levels to this shit. California people are so crazy. Like, I don't want to fuck with you guys. Like, the way you guys were raised, and like, it's just a whole different beast, whatever. So they're like in the dark web. I remember we were doing something we were not supposed to, because like all the kids were scared. All the parents were working because it was over the summer. Mm-hmm. So all the kids were working. All of a sudden he clicks like on this link, and this video pops up. It's like, boom. Like if it was YouTube, but like not YouTube, the screen pops up, and all of a sudden this lady, like this scary looking lady, it's not like live because webcams wasn't, but it was a video, and it's like this lady, and she's in a room, and she's just going like, and she's screaming, and then so we get up and we just start bolting it out to the like we ran all the way to the street. Like imagine these freshmen, like they were scared, and so imagine me, I was like 10 years old, and then we're like, you go back inside, turn it off, because it was still like the video was playing. I was like, hell no, I'm not going in there. So we literally stayed on the street, and we got in so much. Well, that kid got in trouble because his mom had to come home from work and turn it off. Well, when she came home from work, she realized, like, why is the door open and why are you guys outside? Wait, buddy, we're almost done. Wait. Can you wait a little bit?
Also has to really pee, and so do I.
All right, guys. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning in yet again. We were able to, get past a few. This time, like 12.
Yeah. I think we did a few more than last time for sure.
Yeah. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much. Shout out to my wife for pulling through. She's actually sick as well. And the kids are sick, and she's pulling through because what does a baby want when they're sick? Their mom.
I know, pobrecita.
So...
But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in on this week's podcast. And we will, of course, see you next week.
Later.